Yes, so last time we discussed the 2015 paper and we are left with sixth and seventh questions, right? So let's quickly finish that up and move to the 2014. No, people, just before I forget, uh, I'll tell you, like since we are in the very last week, uh, now your schools are getting started by 25 නේද ඒක නිසා let's then after you will be most of you are facing the term test kind of a test ඒ test එකේ තරම් අමාරු වෙන එකක් නැහැ but you have to get ready so I am proposing to do the 2019 paper hereafter right so like අපි මේ ටික කතා කරමු අද 2014 එක කරලා තියෙන නිසා we'll finish that off quickly as possible then after we'll do the 2019 paper and I hope you people have not uh, tried that before right එක fresh paper එකක් විදිහට face කරන්න බලන්න right and so let's do it like this by if we are able to do it on next week we'll do it as a real paper like we'll take a 1 hour at class and we'll set the time and do the paper and do the corrections right ඒක නිසා කලින් බලන්න එපා right be honest to yourself right so you'll do it at home at you do it at home but with us like for this time and second paper එකත් අපි ඒ විදිහට කරන්න try කරමු right එතකොට අපිට time constraint එකක් ඇතුලේ උත්තර ලියලා ගොඩ දාගන්න පුළුවන්ද කියන එක right because I was thinking whether we can start the classes but what I got is like after 2 or 3 weeks they let us to start the classes so you won't be getting any time to meet right so let's finish this off like this and we'll get prepared for that thing right ඒක නිසා ලබන සතියේ අපි අද මේක ඉවර කරගන්න බලමු පුළුවන් ඉක්මනට ලබන සතියේ කොහොමද 2019 පේපර් එක අපි ආන්සර් කරනවා කියන එක ඒක ක්ලාස් එකේදී ආන්සර් කරනවා කියන එක ඔළුවේ තියාගන්න කලින් කියවන්න යන්න එපා උත්තර බලන්න යන්න එපා right you have to do it as a real exam right හරි okay so here we are at the sixth question right in the sixth question it says consider the web page given in figure 1 which is to be prepared using the source code in figure 2 so it is a HTML page that they are talking about so as usual they are given some blank spaces we have to figure out what it is and it says the code in figure 2 has 10 missing HTML tags indicated by label 1 to 10 select the correct tag for the label from the list given below right write down only the label number and the corresponding HTML tag yeah so let's see the very first line has the lifestyle based way to improve your memory so before that there is this help tips inside the title tag so this is going to be head tag so one is going to be head right and 2 it is after body and 3 is there and in between 3 there is lifestyle based ways to improve your memory so if you look into it it is center aligned and in big fonts so this 3 can be H1 or H2 and since it is centered and 2 is ending from this particular point this should be center right? Three when the bad center here, right? See, it is obvious that 2 is become the center. And there is this image. So 4 is going to be IMG, because IMG is the tag we use to insert an image. Right, people, can you confirm me whether I can hear you at your side clearly? Yeah, communication issues.
Yes, sir.
Right, thank you. Right. So the fifth is going to indicate this horizontal line. So 50 is going to be an HR, right? So that indicates this horizontal line at the below of the image. And sixth, now sixth is talking about this paragraph, right? So PE is going to be, 6 is going to be P, right? And 7 again has some big fonts. So, but comparatively, it is smaller than the main heading, the life-based ways to improve your memory. ඒකට වඩා 5 simple ways කියන එක පොඩි. So, if you use H1 at the above, this is going to be H2. If you use H2 at the above, this is going to be H3, right? So it is H2 or H3. And the list is an unordered list. So 8 is going to be a UL, and the 9 are going to be list items, right? LI. And yeah, 10, obviously, it's talking about the link at the bottom where it has Health Advice Center. And this link, for this link, inside the A tag, href attribute is the missing component. So that is how you are going to have the correct answers for this question, right? So let me take the marking scheme as well. So it's the incorrect one. Yeah. These are the things. So they have given H1, but I can give you H2 as well for 7, H2 as well as H3. Right. So if you got all 10 correct, you can have 5 marks. So that means 0.5 for each tag. So if you get all 10 correct, you can have 5 marks. Right. So moving to the next question. Yeah, it says select from the list given below and write down the most appropriate term of praise for each of the blank label 1 to 5 in the following sentence. You are required to write only the label number and the corresponding term. Yeah. So the terms are given: switch, modem, hub, URL, web user, web authoring software, web server, and all these things. The first one is a blank can be used to properly view an HTML file. Yeah, to properly view an HTML file, we can use a web browser. So one is going to be web browser. This is one. And a file on the web is uniquely identified by using a URL. So this is going to be the second answer. An HTML file can be created by using, yeah, according to this particular given answers, it's a web authoring software. So this is going to be 3. And a blank may contain all the hypermedia documents related to a particular organization. Yeah. So that means where it contains the audios, videos, pictures, and all these things for a particular organization, right? So it's going to be a web server. That is where you hold the web pages as well as hypermedia, the components or the media types that need to load on the website. And finally, it says a blank can be used to convert analog signals to digital. So modem is the one who is having that ability. Modem can convert the digital signal into analog signals and the analog signals into digital signals. So that is going to be 5. Yeah, so I'll show you the marking scheme as well. So 1 web browser, 2 URL, 3 web authoring software, 4 web server, 5 modem. Right. Yes, anyone who has done the 7th question? All right. Okay, Danitu, let's talk about it. Right. And it says a school has 1,000 students. The following pseudocode segment prints the admission number of the student who attend the school every day. That is 210 days in a particular year. Right. Draw a flow chart to represent the above pseudocode. Use the same variable name as given in the pseudocode in flow chart. Right. So when we are drawing the flow chart, we can start it by saying yes. Sorry, saying begin or start. It's better you go with start, right? Begin is a pseudocode type of a thing. And then it initialize something. So it is going to be a process n equals 0. Then it says while n less than 1,000. So it is a condition, right? So you should have the condition box and it should be is n less than 1,000. And there will be yes path as well as no path. So while is work when the condition is true. So when the condition true, you have to take these things, get admission number, get number of days, and all other things. So get admission number, get number of days are going to be inputs, right? So you can say the very same thing. The names should be in the very same way, admission A capital, number N capital. right? Get number of days. So those are going to be inside a parallel since they are inputs. And then it is talking about if condition. So it's going to be another I'm going to take it to this side. So it is asking is number of days equals 210. There is a yes part, and since there is no else part, we have a no path, but we can't find anything in the no path, right? And it says if it is true, print admission number. So we can simply say print admission number. So it is a parable. Then after it says n equals n plus 1. So that is outside the if structure. So this no is going to connect with this as well. So then n equals n plus 1 can be there. And it should connect with this particular place. So it checks the connection again, then you are going to go. And I'll take the no path to this side, and it is saying just end it. So if it is no, I'm just going to end it. Right. Got it, Terunada? Right, great. How about others? Right, okay. Right. So clear නැති මොනා හරි තැන් තිබ්බනම් clear කරගන්න. Right, so moving downwards. And that question says, a teacher of class of 35 students obtained the student preference to travel either by train or by bus on their annual trip. The following flow chart with missing terms labeled from A to E represents the scenario. Write down the appropriate term for the label A to E, any variable names that are used in your answer must be exactly as given in the question. Yeah. Right. So before that, we'll go through the marking scheme for our previous question. Yeah, they have taken it in the very same way. Yeah, here it goes. ඇඳලා තියෙන ඉරිටික ඇඳලා තියෙන පැති වෙනස්, but it's the same structure, right? All right, so this one. So this is about taking the preference or deciding the preference which from by which that they are going to go on a trip, right? So it says start total student equals 35, student count equals 0, train count equals 0, and bus count, yeah, when we are initializing, we have to say it is 0 because we don't know how many are like for the buses. Right? Then ළමයින්ගෙන් කී දෙනෙක් කැමතිද මේවට කියලා අහන්නයි හදන්නේ. Right? So A is going to be a 0. Then the condition says student count less than. So it says there are 35 students. So most probably, this is goes with 35. We have to check whether it is going to be 34 or anything, right? So since the 35 is related with the student count, B is most probably 35, right? And if it is yes, get student preference. So that is going to be an input. Student preference equal to bus, right? Then bus count is increment by 1. If it is no, the other option is train. So the train count will be increment by 1. So the very same thing. So C is going to be train count equals train count plus 1. So the very same train count you have to write train underscore count. Right, then student count equals student count plus 1. So it goes like that. And after the iteration completes, that means all 35 students have provided their answer or the preference. They have to exit the loop and then they check what? Since they are asking the preference, what we have to see is what is the larger amount, bus count ekada, train count ekada large වෙන්නේ. So the comparison is given here. So it is going to be the, if bus count is at the right side, the left side it's going to be, oh sorry, and the left side it's going to be the train count again, because train count contains the final total of the count, and then it's output to a by train if it is true. So bus count is train count is larger. So if it is not, output, now this is tour by train, so then E is going to be tour by bus. Right, you can have any praise for that particular answer, but it's better you go with the same pattern of the other output. So B, C, sorry, A, C, D, and E are certain. Here we have to figure out whether it is 35 or not, right? So let us check that. So at the very beginning, student count is 0 and total student is equal to 35, right? So yeah, there is an alternative way as well. Let's see. තප්පරයක් ඉන්න Right. So in the search, whether the condition is correct. So student count, starting student count is 0. So that means you are getting the first student preference. This is the first student. And when the first student preference has taken, so the preference is filtered, then the student count increased by 1. So student count, previously it was 0, so it will become 1. So when first student is entered the preference, student count become 1. So that means the second student entered the preference, student count will become 2. And the third enters the preference, student count will become 3. So likewise, when the 35th student entered the preference, this should be 35. This pasvenia kene preference එක දුන්නම තමයි මෙයා 35 වෙන්නේ. ඊට කලින් මෙයා 34 වෙන්නේ. So still the condition allows it to come. So 35 වෙනි එක්කෙනාගේ preference ගන්න එනකොට මෙතන තියෙන value එක 34යි. ඒතර බලනවා 34 whether 34 is less than 35. Right? Then it checks and comes down, and the 35th preference is given, and then the student count become 35. So then goes up. Then we have taken 35 references or the preference. Now we have to exit the loop. 35ම ඇවිල්ලානේ තියෙන්නේ. මෙතනට එනකොට දැන් student count එක 34 නෙවෙයි 35යි දැන්. මෙතනින් update වෙලා ආවා. So if this condition exists, student count less than 35, so it is equal, not less than. So it goes on the no path. So 35 is a correct answer. And again, instead of 35, you can use this total students as well, because there is a variable called total student equals to 35, right? You can use any of those, right? So let's see the answers. Here comes the answer. So yeah, A is equal 0, B is equal either 35 or total students, C is train count, D is train count, E is by bus. Okay, that sum up the 2015 paper. All right. So any questions, or is everything clear to you? Okay, Leandra has sent me the Kushani, I think you can understand why it is not being 36 dual. Is it clear? Right, great. So yeah, I hope you don't have any more questions regarding this paper. So let me have the incorrect answers of the 2014 MCQ. Right, so I'll put you the marking scheme. So you better do it quickly, and we'll go through it. Yeah. So Leandra, meanwhile, I'll mark what you have sent. Others, please mark your paper and send me the incorrect answers. Right. Okay, Leandra, I got yours. Others, send me the incorrect answers, right? Yeah, Sanulli, I got yours. Kushani, I got yours too. Danidu, I got yours. Netasa, I got yours too, Dua. Netme, yes, I got yours too. Amashi, I got yours. Right. Well done. Okay, Nikini. For the previous one, it's a good mark. People just send me your previous paper marks as a private message, right? To the WhatsApp or to here. Right. And let me see. Yeah, only 7 of you have sent me. Ah, yes, hey Shani, I'm getting yours. Okay, people. So I'm seeing very nice totals of yours. Well done, everyone. Netmi, it's a good mark. Natasha, it's a very good mark. Natasha. Right. So I think I'm short with one another. Right, hey Shani, that's good. Kushani, that's good. Keep it up. කවුද මට එතකොට එව්වේ නැත්තේ? Okay. Right, let's start. The one who haven't sent me the answers, just send me meanwhile. Right, Senulya, well done. It's a good mark. Right, okay, keep it up, keep it up. All right, so I'm going to go to the paper. Let me clean this quickly. And let me import the 2014. All right, let's see. So starting from the third question, which of the following is correct during the program execution on CPU? Which of the following is correct during program execution on the CPU? Okay, instruction and data are brought from main memory. Okay, that's kind of a correct one. Instructions are brought from main memory and data are brought from secondary memory. No, whatever the thing that are going to take is going to come through the memory. Instruction are brought from secondary storage, and data are brought from main memory. Instruction and data are brought from secondary storage. So the correct answer should be the first one. Everything's come from the main through the main memory. So third one, first one is the answer. It doesn't matter whether it is the data or the instructions. Anything which is going to arrive at the CPU should come from the main memory, right? So the first one is going to be the answer. Seventh one, which of the following has least value? Okay, so we have to compare and hold on, let me check 1, 2, 4, 8, 16. Yeah, we have to do the calculations and see very quickly. So I'm taking the binary value. So like 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1. So I'm going to write the place values. 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128. So what I'm going to add is 128 and 64 and 8 and 1, right? So 128 plus 64 means 8 plus 4 is 160, 180, 192. This gives me 192. And this gives me 8 plus 1, 9. So අපිට මෙහෙම මේ place values විතරක් ටක් ගාලා එකතු කරන්න පුළුවන් වෙන්නේ it's only in binary values, right? අපි octal hexadecimal යනකොට you have to multiply the place value with its symbol value, right? So 192 plus 9 means 201. Right, so 145 is there as the decimal value. Let us check the 77.8 as the decimal. So this contains 1 since it is 8 to the power 0. This contains 8 since it is 8 to the power 1. So 8 into 7 plus 1 into 7. So 56 plus 7 is going to give you 63 in decimal. So for the moment, it is the smallest one. And 49 in hexadecimal, this is again 1 because it is 16 to the power 0. This is 16 because it is 16 to the power 1. So that means 16 into 4 plus 9 into 1. So 16 into 4 is 64 plus 9, which gives you 73. So that means this leaves us as the smallest value. So that means the third one. For the 8th, for the 7th. Yeah, for the 7th, it is the third one. Yes, is it clear, people, until this point? Let me have the confirmation. All right. So moving forward, nine and 10. If the character E represents this ASCII coding scheme, what is the ASCII code for character B? So these are some traditional questions, right? So E is represented by 1 3 zeros 1 0 1 1 3 zeros 1 0 1. So if we consider the place value, those are going to be 1 2 4 8 16 32 and 64. So in this case, it's 64 plus 4 and 1. So that means 70 plus 1, which gives you 71, right? So if E is 71, so your other letters, so they're asking what is B. So E, if you go reverse way, it's D, C, B. So that means your numbers are going to get lower. This is 70, this is 69, and this is 68. So 68 is going to represent how? Let's write the place values again. So how we are going to create the 64? We need 1 under the 68. We need 1 under the 64 and 1 under the 4. Others remains as 0. So this is going to be 68. So which is equals to the letter B. So yeah, oh, hold on. Did I made a mistake? Does 9 have anything to do with that? This is its 2. Okay. People help me out. I need to figure out what did I do as a mistake. Yes, so it's 64 plus. Oh, seriously? Sorry, it's silly me. 64 plus 4 is 68, plus 1 is 69, people. I'm sorry, that's my bad. This is 68 plus 1. Sorry, everyone, this is going to be 69. So that's going to be alter my answer. So this is 69. So 68, 67, 66. B is going to be 66. So that means 64 plus 2, not 4. So your answer should change like this. Right? So the answer is going to be the second one. Right. Did you got that? Product confirm karanga. Mage atin පැටලිච්ච නිසා කට්ටියට පැටලුණාද? Yes, everyone. Is that clear? Right. Especially the people who have reported me that 9 is incorrect. නමේ වැරදිච්ච කට්ටිය නමේ හැදිච්ච හැටි තේරුම් ගත්තද? If you got any question still in this point, you can ask, right? Right. Okay, so moving forward, the 10th one is there as well. Which of the following tool is used to hide or display non-printing characters in a word processed document? It is this. This is the character which we use to show non-printed characters. Non-printed characters කියලා කියන්නේ enter mark එක, tab mark එක, right? අපි tab කරාම වෙන්නේ ඉස්සරහට පොඩ්ඩක් තල්ලු වෙන එකනේ. enter කරාම page එක යටට යනවා. So those are not characters. But again, those are characters as well, but they are not being printed. එකෙන් වෙන්නේ අර එකක් පහළට යනවා කියන එක indicate කිරි. Right? And if you don't know what's the symbol, but you know what are the other three. First one is the format painting. Second one is the cut one, and fourth one is the find and replace. It's just the find. So you are left with 3. So 10th one, you can have 3 as the answer. Okay, so the 13th one. The cell A4 contains the formula $A$2 plus A3. Which of the following value will be displayed if this formula is copied to cell A4? All right, now A4 means this particular cell, right? Because these rows are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So they are asking to copy that to the A5. That means this particular cell, right? So you know when it is going along a column to the downwards, the component that is going to change is the number. Neither 4 in එකේ ඉඳලා 5 වලට යනවා කියන්නේ row එක change වෙනවා. So that means in a formula, number is going to change. Or in other words, the row headers are going to change. But if you absolute a row header, it's not going to change. So here, absoluting has happened right over here. So $2 won't change. $A කොහොමත් වෙනස් වෙන්නේ නැහැ. කියන්නේ $. තිබුණත් නැතත් A වෙනස් වෙන්නේ නැහැ, since it is on the same column. So when you are moving this downwards, just one cell, so $A will become as it is, and $2 stays as it is, plus A is going to stay as it is as well, but 3 is going to become 4. So this is going to be the formula which is inside this particular cell, which is A5. So $A$2, that means this. And A4, that means 6 over here. So 6 plus 2 is going to give you 8. So this is going to be your answer. So the 13th, it's the 4th one. Yeah, that's the answer they have given. තේරුණාද? confirm කරන්න. Yes, people? Right, great. Okay. So 14th, the formula equals sum A2 colon B2 is written in cell C2. Cell C2. Cell C2 means this. This is the cell. Let me use a different color. Which of the following will be written in cell C3 if the formula C2 copied to cell C3? So cell C3 means this. This is where you're going to copy. So again, it is along a column. So the previous rules are applied. Column headers are not going to change, but the row headers, that means the number. So if the fifth contains A2 colon B2, which is a sum, so 2 will become 3 when you are copying to the next cell. So this is going to have equal sum A3 colon B3. Right, A3 colon B3. So A3 means this, B3 means this. So 4 plus 5, no, they are just asking what's the formula. So it's equal sum A3 colon B3, which is the fourth one. So for 14th, it's 4 again. Right? So for 14, you can have 4 again. And the 15th, they are asking, consider the following statement related to the electronic presentation software. The shortcut key combination Control plus M can be used to insert a new slide to a presentation. Control plus M. I really don't remember the shortcut key. Let's check. But you have to remember, because you people are going to face. I'm not. Yeah, as it says in Microsoft PowerPoint, the Control M keyboard shortcut insert a blank slide after the currently selected one. So yes, in some way, it helps to shortcut combines can be used to insert a new slide to a presentation. Yes, so that can be considered as a new one. The shortcut key Control N can be used to create a new presentation. Yeah, like basically the Control N help you to take a new file or a new document, right? So we can take it that as a correct one as well, right? So both A and B are correct. 15th, the third one should be the answer. Yes. So the 15th, it's going to be the third answer as the correct one. So moving to the 18th, which of the following is correct about relationship in a relational database? Which of the following is correct about relationship in a relational database? So it says a relationship is an association between two rows in a table. So like we know that the relationship happens because of the primary key and the foreign key. නේද? මතකයි නේද? අපි tables දෙකක් අරගත්තොත්, so if this is SID, make a student table එක නම්, so we will be having CID to indicate what is the class of this particular student. And there is a separate table for class which has CID as the primary key. Here the SID is the primary key. Here the CID is the primary key. So CNAME and all these things will be there. So because of this CID primary key and the CID foreign key, we are having the relationship in between these two tables. So it says relationship is an association between two rows in a table, not two rows, it's two columns. A relationship is an association between two columns in a table. Yeah, that is comparatively correct one. A relationship between two tables. Hold on. Yeah, a relationship is an association between two tables. Then ethanadi product deceiving, like relationship is an association between two columns in a table. Yeah, that can be taken as a 50-51 as well as this. The third one, a relationship is an association between two databases. No, not in between two databases. Generally, what we are saying as a relationship is the relationship between two tables, right? Relationship එක හැදෙන්නේ columns දෙකක් පාවිච්චි කරලා. The relationship is an association between two columns in a table. A relationship is an association between two tables. Yeah, that's a very tricky and a very jamming question. What is going to be the answer? The 18th. Yeah, they have gone with the third since it is the standard definition, right? So, but it is not very good to have the second one. So they've taken it as the third one as the answer. But this is partially correct. A relationship is an association between two columns in a table. It is an association between two columns in a table, right? So, but it defines the relationship between two tables, right? So due to that, it's a very unlucky question. So they have taken the third one as the answer. Yeah, so the 20th, the 4 stages of solving problem using a computer are given below. However, these stages are not in the correct order. Yeah, so we have to figure out what's the correct order is. So it says writing program computer, analyzing the problem in terms of input, process, and output, testing the computer programs, developing an algorithm for a problem. So it's easy. First thing, we have to analyze it. So B comes first. This is the first. Then developing an algorithm for the problem, right? So this is what we do using the flow chart and pseudocodes. And then writing the computer program. So using a programming language. Then test the computer program. Most of you have gone through like A එකයි D එකයි. Right? So the correct order is going to be what? B first, D next, A next, and C next. So B, D, A, C, which is the third one, should be the answer. 20th. Yeah, third one is the answer. All right, people, confirm me whether you have got everything so far. Yes, how about others? Right, great. Okay, so as the 21st question, it says consider the following statement. Consider the following statement. The step-by-step process for solving a problem is known as, the step-by-step process for solving a problem is known as an algorithm, right? A pseudocode does not depend on, on the syntax of a programming language, right? The programming languages will take a syntax. If you take the Pascal, writing something on the screen is given by the right or the right ln. But if you take Python, which you are going to learn in A levels. So it's going to print something on the monitor using the print statement. So way of printing the things on the monitor are different when it comes to the programming languages. There are different syntax, but both the programs can use the same flowchart or the pseudocode because it is just giving you the instruction, display the output or display something. So you are in the Pascal, you are going to write it using the write-ln. In the Python, you are going to write it using the print statement. So it's going to be the syntax. So yes, so the first one goes with an algorithm. Second one goes with the syntax. So most obviously it's going to be the third one. The graphical representation of the sequence of operation in a program is called, since it is graphical representation, it's going to be the flowchart. So the answer is going to be the third one. 21st, the answer is going to be the third one. Yeah, that is the answer. So 22nd, 22nd, it is an, you can take mark for that. So we don't do the conditions. Hold on, is it regarding, yes, it's regarding the pseudocode. No, let's go with this because there were something like this. Yeah, so it says, the following pseudocode is used to select candidate based on age, height, and weight to call an interview for a certain job. Then output qualified for interview, else output not qualified for interviews. Two candidates, Sumit and Raju, have the following values for age, height, and weight, who will be qualified for the interview. So if we consider about the conditions over here, it's just one if condition, and you have lot of conditions inside it using the ands and the os. No, we can't. Leandra, you have to argue with the question. It is not an all question, right? 2019 paper එකේ තිබුණා වගේ මට මතකයි, right? So you have to learn the way. So if you consider, there are brackets and there are ands and nos. So generally we know it's the bracket that we are going to consider first, right? මතකනේ අපි brackets consider කරනවා හැම calculation එකම වගේ. So likewise, we are going to see the brackets first. So what is inside the bracket should get solved first. So inside the bracket, it says age larger than or equal 21 and age less than or equal 40. So both the conditions should get satisfied. That means your age should be larger than 21. So it means starting from 21, 22, 23, 24, go ahead until the 40. Right? So the age should be in between 21 and 40, including both the values. So ages of the Sumit and Raju are qualifying. So it is satisfying. And then the next bracket, height is larger than or equal 155 or weight is larger than or equal 55. So it is one of those. Or means either the height or the weight within the given condition. So height should be larger than 155. If you take Sumit, height is larger than 155, so he qualifies. If you take Raju, height is not larger than 155, but weight is larger than 55 is also there. So this does not qualify the Raju. It's going to be a problem. As well as it says weight is larger than 55. And again, weight is less than 55 in Raju. So because of these two, Raju get disqualified because this is a no. And why I am saying because it is no, now once you solve the brackets, both the brackets give you the true values. Output කරන්න ඕනේ true කියන value එක. Then first bracket එකේ දෙන්නම qualify නම් true කියන value එක තමයි output කරන්නේ. Second bracket එකේ දෙන්නගෙන් එක්කෙනෙක් හරි නම් true කියන value එක output කරනවා. But regarding the Sumit, it is true because his height is 157 even though weight is less than 55. So for Sumit, they will be given true value, but for Raju, they will be given false value. So at the middle, there is AND. So to qualify with this particular one, both the brackets should give you true values. Then only you will be having the final results as true. මොකද මේ පැත්තෙත් එන්නේ true. මේ පැත්තෙත් true ආවොත් තමයි true and true කියන එක දෙපැත්තෙම conditions true වුණොත් තමයි final result එක true වෙන්නේ and කියන එක නත් එක්ක. මැද O තිබ්බනම් මේ circle කරලා තියෙන තැන O එකක් තිබ්බනම් so if one of those are true, your final result is going to be true. Right, so due to that reason, Raju is not going to qualify but Sumit. So its answer is going to be Sumit only. For 22nd, yeah, first one is the answer. People, did you got that? Let me have the confirmation. Right. Okay. Right, moving forward, consider the given logic circuit. If A equals 1, D equals 0, then which of the following is correct? If A equals 1, D equals 0, which of the following is correct? So A equals 1, D equals 0, right? So you know to receive a 0 through the OR gate, you should have 0 over here and 0 over here. Only that situation will provide you a 0 with the OR gate. So if it is 0, which is output from a NOT gate, so the input is going to be 1. So C is definitely going to be 1. And to provide a 0 from a OR gate, we should have another 0 over B. Otherwise, it won't give you a 0. B එක වුණොත් එක තමයි output එක වෙන්නේ. Right, people just right. So that concludes A is 1, B is 0, and C is 1. So B is 0, C is 1. So the second one. Right. So for 20, I missed the question. For 23rd, it is the second one. People, did you got that? Confirm. Right. Okay. Right, moving to the 24th. Consider the Boolean expression D equals A dot B plus C bar. Which of the following is correct? If A is 0, B is 1, D is 1 irrespective of C. Oh, hold on. That's a good question. Consider the Boolean expression D equals A dot B plus C bar. Yeah. So if A equals 0, B equals 1, so we have to consider the same circuit over here. All right, so let's see what happens here. If A is 0, B is 1, then D is 1. So this gives you a 0. D cannot be 1 irrespective of what C is, because if C becomes 1, this becomes 0, so D will become 0. So if only C is 0, D is going to have a 1. So first one is wrong. If A is 1, D is 1, irrespective of B and C. No. Again, it's not going to be, because if A is 1, without these things, we can't determine what's the D is. This is going to be 0. And mea 0 tibbot, this is going to be, sorry, mea 1 this is 1, this is going to be 1. So you are going to receive 1 over here. Api metana 0 tibbot, I'm sorry. If this is 1, this is going to be 0, this is going to be 0. So A is 1, D is 0 in this situation. So it says if A is 1, then D is 1 irrespective of B and C. It is wrong again. If B is 0, D is 0 irrespective of A and C. So the same story. AND gate එකක් නේ. So මේක කියන්නේ B එක වෙලා B බිඳුව වුණා. Yeah, it is talking about B0. Yeah, B0, then D is 0 irrespective of A and C. So අපි මේ A ට එක දාලා C ව මෙතන බිඳුව කරන්න. So this is become 1. So 0 plus 1 is going to become 1, not 0. So the third one is also wrong. So answer is going to be the fourth. If C is 0, then D is 1 irrespective of A and B. Yeah, ඒක හරි. If C is 0, අපි දන්නේ නැහැ මේගොල්ලෝ කවුද කියලා. This is going to produce a 1. So since it is a OR gate to deal with, if you got 1 from any end, the output is going to be 1. So the fourth answer is going to be the answer. Right. Got it, people? Yes, right, okay. Yeah, I hope you can stay for a little while. අපි අද පරක්කු වෙච්ච නිසා මේක ටක් ගාලා ඉවර කරලා යමු. So the 25th. So 25th is saying, how many times will the loop be executed? Yeah, the loop. They are talking about the loop, right? Let's think about it. So now we have to hand trace it and see. Sum is 0. තාත්තා ඉන්න ළමයි මට තප්පරයක්
Right, sorry everyone. So sum is 0, num is 1, right? Then it says while num less than 10, while num less than 10, it is sum is sum plus num. So 0 plus 1, sum will become 1, num will increase by 2. So 1 will become 3. Then since it is at the end while, so we are going above and check it again, check the condition again. So this is going to be the first iteration, right? So then it is still true, num is less than 10. So sum equals sum plus num. So 1 plus 3 is 4. Num equals num plus 2. So 3 plus 2 is 5. This is the second iteration. And then check the condition again. Num is less than 10 still. So 4 plus 5 is 9. Sum plus num happens. Num is increment by 2. So 7 happens. This is going to be the third iteration. So goes above and checks again. So num is still less than 10. So num plus sum, 9 plus 7 is 16. And 7 will increase by another 2. It's going to become 9. And this is the fourth iteration. Goes up and checks again. Still the condition is true. So 16 plus 9, 25 will be happen. And 9 plus 2, 11 will happen. Goes up and check. Now the condition is false. This is the fifth iteration. Then it stops. So it iterates for 5 times. Loop happens for 5 times. Right? So the 25th question, yeah, answer is 1. Then 26 is asking what is the value of num after the execution of the pseudocode. So we have the answer now. Answer of num is 11. Value of num is 11. So the fourth one is the answer. 26th, it is the fourth. And 27, which of the following is required to replace the statement in line 2 of the above pseudocode to calculate the sum of even numbers in the same range? Yeah. So if you need to calculate the sum of even numbers, now this calculate the sum of odd numbers. 1 plus 3, 3 plus 5, 5 plus 7, likewise. So if you need to have the even numbers, so what we are going to do is we are going to start the num from 2, right? So num equals 2 will give you to do the things from the beginning, like num equals 2 will give you 2 plus 4, 4 plus 6, 6 plus 8, 8 plus 10, right? Now here the height adu sankhya count 20, so it's going to be the second one. Let's check 27. Yeah, second one is the answer. 27, second one is the answer. Yeah, Danindu, we'll try to have a discussion of the Western Province model paper after we discuss the 2019, right? Yeah, 28 then, consider the following two control structures, A and B. Do until the condition is there, statement is there, loop is there. Okay. Do until condition එක ඔයගලන්ට දැන් කතා කරන්නේ නැහැ. Yeah, 28. Don't worry, take the all marks for the 28th. It is not discussing over here, right? So moving to the 31. Consider the following incomplete sentence, right? Blank is one of the main stages in system development life cycle. Which of the following is most suitable to fill the blank of the above statement? So blank is one of the main stages in system development life cycle, SDLC. Conducting interviews, code testing and debugging, collecting test data, writing the user manual. They are talking about one of the main stages, right? So conducting interviews happening the preliminary investigation part or the primary investigation part. Collecting test data again goes with the first stage. Writing the user manual, it is something to do the coding and development parts. So code testing and debugging is a main stage, right? Because you investigate, then you analyze, then you design, then you develop, then you test, then you maintain, right? So the second one is going to be a better answer for 31. Let's see the 31. Yeah, the second one is the answer. 32nd, after automating the existing manual student administration system of your school office, a direct implementation instead of a parallel implementation has been proposed. Which one of the following is correct about direct implementation? A higher cost is involved in direct implementation than in parallel implementation. No, the cost is going to be the more expensive one is going to be the parallel, because we have to maintain two systems together for a certain amount of period. More manpower is required in direct implementation than in parallel implementation. That's doubtful, right? It's difficult to go back to the manual system when the problems are encountered in the automated system. That's the concrete solution or the concrete fact. Because when it is done in the direct implementation, all systems taken away and the new system is established and continue with that. So if any problem arises, you won't be able to go to the old system because it is being taken out. Direct implementation needs more physical space in school office than parallel implementation. No, since it is the same system, you are not required any more space. So first one is incorrect, second one is incorrect. Third one, it is doubtful, but sorry, second one, it is doubtful. Third one is a concrete answer, right? So for the 32, you can go with the third one. 34th. Consider the following statement regarding multimedia animation. Flash is a software used for animation. It is. You can draw and edit an object on one layer without affecting objects on another layer. It is, you can. Yes, again, you can. So A and B, both should be in your answer. So that concludes the fourth one. In the timeline, you work with frames and keyframes to maintain the order of appearance of the object. Yeah, so everything is correct, right? You can have layers. You can use the timeline to do the appearance of the object, the ordered appearance of the object, as well as Flash is an animation software. So 34th, the answer should be the last one. Yeah, 4th. 35th. Consider the following statement regarding the World Wide Web, right? So web pages are written in HTML. Yes, it is correct. www is a system of interlinked hypertext document accessed through the internet. Yes, that is correct as well. A website consists of a collection of web pages. Yes, that is correct as well. Website means collection of web pages. And if you think about the www, World Wide Web, it is an interconnection of all the websites. So interlinked hypertext document. So everything is correct in 35th. So the answer is going to be the 4th. Yeah, I doubt whether anyone asked for the 40th one to clarify. Just a second. No, no one has asked that. Yeah, so people, that concludes the discussion of the MCQ paper, right? Then second paper we try to have a time, but moreover, up to 2019 paper next week, right? Because now when you are starting your schools, there will be term tests, right? So ඒවත් එක්ක තමයි ඔයගොල්ලෝ මේ first week එක ගොඩක් වෙලාවට touch වෙන්නේ දැන් Monday වලින් පටන් අරගෙන, right? So next week එක ඔයගලන්ට මොන වගේ වෙයිද කියන එක මට sure නැහැ first thing, but since you are doing the examination, just come and participate in the exam, right? අපි 2019 වල first paper එක next Saturday class එකේදී කරනවා time කරලා. So don't try the 2019 paper at home, right? Keep it as a fresh paper and let's do it by time in it. අපිට පැයනේ ඕන වෙන්නේ. පැයක් time කරලා මාත් එක්කම පටන් අරගෙන කරමු. ඊට පස්සේ marking scheme එක බලලා correct කරගෙන discuss කරගමු. We'll do the second paper in the very same way, right? එක කරලා අපි ඉඳ තිබ්බොත් model paper එකකට හරි ඒ වගේ දෙයකට යමු, right? What is the most important part is covering these all-level papers, right? Okay, people. So thank you for staying this long, and sorry for the late in the morning, right? So I'll see you on next Saturday, right? Keep it up. You got only 3 weeks or 4 weeks, let's say, for the O-levels, right? Okay, people. Have a nice weekend. Thank you very much. Right, okay.
Thank you, sir.
Right, okay. Thank you, everyone.